So the nothing grows stronger.
What is the nothing?
It's the emptiness that's left. It is like a despair, destroying this world. And I have been trying to help it.
But why?
Because people who have no hopes are easy to control. And whoever has the control has the power.
In the never-ending story, the main antagonist is the nothing. It's an inconceivable, formless, featureless negation of existence, impossible to describe, a destructive presence that tears everything and leaves a dark void in its wake. There are many uncanny parallels between the nothing and our absurd culture of unconscious consumerism. Consumerism is creating perpetual waste and the destruction of our planet. On the most part, the stuff we buy into is nothing. What if we could change this culture of wastefulness, stop the nothing, stop the despair, and give people back their hopes and dreams? Give people back the power and control. In the never-ending story, the most important counterforce to the nothing is unbound childhood wonder and imagination. And I believe that this is also the neutralizer to the wicked problems that we face today. We need to help children by removing as much waste as we can, as much of the nothing as possible. Are you ready to hear the cure? My solution is a No Waste Schools program. It is a year-long program in transition culture to be implemented at schools with the head, hearts and hands of the community. It provides students and the surrounding community with tools and techniques they need for reducing waste and their impacts on nature. It starts with a permaculture site design, then the program is broken into 4 school terms. Term 1 and 2 centre around earth care by reducing consumption and waste. Term 3 is people care, focusing on the community. Term 4 is fair share, ensuring food for all, and it offers so much more. The first step in the No Waste Schools program is a permaculture site design for the school property. And like many of us, this permaculture journey will start with an introduction to permaculture workshop offered to the community. We will be following stages of the Transition Culture Network throughout the site design and implementation process. I will be running brainstorming sessions with different groups, school students, school faculty and families, and the wider community in order to establish a list of needs, wants, and must-haves, a client brief. From here, a diverse core working group will come together to establish a final site design concept, which will include many permaculture solutions from the building domain. Work is not over yet for these guys. This group will divide into smaller groups, focusing on details of design elements like vegetable garden and food forest, incorporating permaculture solutions from the tools and technology and health and spiritual well-being domains. These working groups will work towards their elements being implemented throughout the year, small and slow solutions. The final design will be presented to the school community with a project management and implementation plan, a maintenance and evaluation plan, and a budget, including some suggestions for extra funding. Sounds like term 1's begun. Let's get to school. Throughout term 1 of the No Waste Schools program, we will discuss waste through inquiry-based and action learning. What is waste? Why is waste a problem? Where does it come from and where does it go? And what can we do to make a change? Let's start by observing how much and the types of waste we create, getting a benchmark measurement. To do this, we can use a tally on a piece of paper above the classroom bins and start tracking what goes in them and how much. This is called a waste audit. This will give us our quantitative measurement, which can be recorded and compared against throughout the year, enabling us to apply self-regulation and accept feedback. Students can teach their families about the waste audit and spend a week doing it at home. At the moment, schools across Australia are participating in WasteWise activities such as No Waste Wednesdays, having WasteWise events and appointing waste warriors who monitor that recycled waste is not put in general waste. These programs are singular events or heavily focused on recycling. We want to change culture and have recycling as a final option. This No Waste Schools program will challenge if things are refusable, reducible and reusable before recyclable, and ask us to rethink. Term holidays already. Have a good break and remember that you can recycle your aluminium foil from your Easter eggs. Let's see what our working group's been up to. They've created a composting zone with gravity-fed composting bays and worm farms that will help to reduce organic waste. Term 2 in the No Waste Schools program will focus on the R's. Let's use the R's along with the information we collected in Term 1's waste audit and decide where we can start reducing waste. We can organise a fun activity and make some beeswax wraps to help reduce lunchbox litter. Let's mix it up and form mixed age project groups to investigate and find local drop-off points for different waste products from the audit. We need to catch and store this valuable information to share it with our community. We can create an online no waste wiki so that everyone can learn from us, and we can add to and update it whenever we learn something new, and so can our community. Before term break, let's spend another week doing a waste audit. Is anyone going away? The snow? Enjoy it while you can. Don't be sad though, the beach will be much closer soon. Sounds like the working group has sourced some water tanks. They've just installed them, so they're filling up ready for summer. Term 3 of the No Waste Schools program focuses on our community. This is an opportunity to make lasting changes. In our mixed age project groups, we can think about ways to reduce waste within the community. Ideas like boomerang bags, setting up a wash against waste kit, starting a community cleanup day and doing a waste audit on the litter we find. We could ask our local clubs and sporting groups to stop using plastic cutlery and straws and provide recycling bins along the general waste. Other ideas and solutions can be found in the permaculture, economics and finance domain. We also need to talk rock. How do we create a community where everyone has access to composting? One idea is that people can provide compost bins in their front yards for everyone to use. We can identify them with a special symbol that we design. Don't forget to do the waste audit before term break.
Been busy, guys.
They've managed to get some bare-rooted fruit trees for free to start the food forest. Great yield, guys. It's all about food in Term 4 of the No Waste Schools program. Learning about seasons of food, growing food from seeds and cuttings in pots and in garden beds, incorporating many solutions from the land and nature stewardship domain. We can take the experience from the Stephanie Alexander Kitchen Foundation, but integrate rather than segregate it into our communities, ensuring our gardens are nurtured beyond school hours and all year long. We can start creating a local food map for our community to share. We'll identify people in the community willing to share food, grow cart locations and where we can help ourselves to fruit trees. In our mixed age project groups, we will explore the food map a step further by creating an ideal food map plan. We will identify food that we want to grow in our community, as well as identify people and places willing to host community food and garden sites. Final waste audit for this year, but we will repeat this program year after year, enabling us to creatively use and respond to the changes that we have made. We will continuously reduce our waste and increase our local knowledge. It will be our never-ending story. Last term, I asked you to think about a paperclip and come up as many uses as you could. To me, this is permaculture and why permaculture has the ability to uncover solutions. Permaculture explores an element and uncovers its potential, finding every possible use, every possible connection and relationship. With every connection and relationship, an element increases its importance and embeds itself further into a system, making it and the system stronger. Imagine giving a school this level of opportunity, exploring every possible purpose, connection and relationship a school could have with its community. And remember how children were genius level when it came to the lateral thinking and the paperclip exercise. Children with their unbound imagination, creativity, empathy and affinity with nature. Imagine the innovation and energy we could gain if we gave children an environment where they could explore every possible purpose, connection and relationship they have with the system around them. Will you help me reduce waste, as much of the nothing as possible, and unfold a future of unbound children in stronger communities? Now that would be something.
For she may